Sleeping and sleeping positions, something I brought up in some of my last videos. I also promised to do a video about it, and some of you guys also asked me to do a little bit more about this. So this is it right now, a video about sleeping positions and what actually happens to you while you're in them. My name is Egwin, welcome to this week's video update. Let's get started right away and talk about sleep. Sleeping in general is something that many people argue and discuss about. When should I go to bed? How important is the mattress? How important is the sleeping position that I'm in? Is it important that it's really dark in the room? Is it important that it's really soundproof, really silent in the room I'm sleeping in? And so on. What about the temperature while sleeping? And so on and so on. So once again, it's something where there is a lot to discuss, and in this video right now I'm only focusing on different sleeping positions and their energetic and psychological effects on your body. Rather than which type of mattress you should use, I'm going to do a separate video about the type of mattress. But still, I'll put some information about it in this video as well. Now let's talk about sleeping positions. What are sleeping positions for? Sleeping positions in general, one would think, well, it's a very individual thing, you know, like my girlfriend always likes to sleep on her side, I like to sleep on my back, something like that. True and not true. The question is, what is healthy sleeping, or how should healthy sleeping actually look like? Healthy sleeping should actually be a dynamic sleeping. So moving around from one side to the other, changing between different positions is not something that's pathological. Actually, this would be the healthy type of sleeping. Let me explain. There are three main types of possible sleeping positions. Type number one, sleeping on your back. Type number two, sleeping on your side. And type number three, sleeping on your belly. Now, those are the three main types of sleeping positions that you'll find. Each and every one of those positions obviously has many different varieties of how you can actually adapt the position to your specific needs. Some like to sleep with their arm up on the side, some like to put the arms in, and so on. So there are actually many different variations. We're not talking about the variations, we're only talking about the basic three sleeping types. Now, what happens to you when you use those sleeping positions? Sleeping positions actually help you to process different aspects of your life and to sort of coordinate the physical aspects, the emotional aspects, the mental aspects with the subconscious and the conscious parts, to coordinate all these areas with each other and to work through issues that might arise due to normal living conditions, due to stress, due to, I don't know, a fight that you have, due to, an uncertain living condition where you're not really sure, shall I go left, shall I go right, shall I go study, shall I go work in a buffet or something like that. So, whenever we're talking about sleeping positions, this is actually something that has very much to do with what you are going through in life. Meaning, I'll give you the examples first, or I'll define the three sleeping positions first, and then we go into greater detail. Sleeping on your back actually favors a future-oriented focus. It favors creating new ideas. It favors a focus towards things to come. So sleeping on your back supports thoughts that are future-oriented. It supports actions that are future-oriented. And or it also represents or symbolizes that this person is currently thinking about the future a lot. So it's always two things. On one, it supports to do something, and on the other, it is also sort of a specific shape that represents a current state a person is in. So someone who likes to sleep on their back, and one thing first, I'm talking about healthy people here. Let me define that a little later. So someone who likes to sleep on his or her back normally is someone who has to focus on some future aspects, or who is doing so at the current moment, who is concerned with his future, who really tries to wrap his mind around the new project, and so on. People sleeping on their belly, the belly sleepers, this is actually something in between. Meaning, when you sleep on your belly, it favors to work through issues and through situations in your dream patterns that arise during the day, where you interact with your surroundings and where you interact with other people. So the sleeping on your belly actually is the position where everything that you learn in a specific interaction, everything that happened in an interaction between yourself and someone outside, that the body tries to process in a sleep pattern, the belly position, that is the sleeping position to favor that. And then, thirdly, there is sleeping on the side, most of the time curled up into a ball. This sleeping position actually favors everything that your dream pattern tries to work through, that has inherently to do with you yourself, with your deepest, innerst emotions, with your love, with your fear, with your internal wishes, with what you want in your life, where you want to go in your life, that has to do immediately with yourself and that touches you in your heart. That is sort of the intimate area. So, what do we get from this? The information we get from this is that each and every sleeping position supports a specific dream work. Everyone dreams. And when I say dream work, I don't mean you should do anything active while you're dreaming. That's a completely different thing. But dreams are there for a reason. And one of the main reasons for dreams to be there is that everything that happens to you throughout the day is processed in your dreams, thus giving it the place that it actually has, both physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically. This is also the reason why people who are deprived of their sleep really go crazy after a short period of time, because when they can't process all the things that happen to them throughout the day, and I'm not talking about traumatic things. Every single person dreams. Even people who have beautiful lives, they dream, because you do not only process bad things in your dream, you process everything in your dreams. Processing has nothing to do with having to work through difficult issues. It's completely neutral. When we talk about dreaming and dream processing or dream work, then I simply mean the action of the body, mind, soul, emotion, energy, conglomerate that sort of balances everything that happened to me in the dream, that gives it all different positions, psychologically as well as physically, that it should have. And this ensures that we feel energized, that we feel healthy, and that we feel centered, grounded, and completely aware of ourselves throughout the life. Now, different sleeping positions are absolutely necessary to work through certain issues properly and to process whatever happens to us throughout the day properly. Every person experience is different, and everyone experiences all of those three areas I mentioned before. Every single person from time to time has to focus on his or her future. Every single person from time to time has to do with interaction with other people or with the natural surroundings. And every single person has parts in his or her life that have to do very intimately with him or herself. So those are the three main aspects of life that are represented in our dream pattern and our body position that we are in while sleeping. Now one can say, alright, well then if I feel in the evening that today was a special day in terms of interaction with people, then this probably means that on this day I should sleep on my belly in order to work through that. No. The point is, sleeping shouldn't be work. I think the main problem is wherever someone tries to figure out the correct position, the correct movement. Especially when we talk about sleeping, there is no correct sleeping position whatsoever. It's so individual and it changes throughout the night, preferably. What do I mean by preferably? Well, many people nowadays have structural issues, have structural imbalances. Obviously, with some structural imbalances, it's more comfortable to sleep on the back. With some, it's more comfortable to sleep on the side. A pregnant woman will, in her 8th or 9th month, will probably prefer sleeping on her side more than sleeping on her back. Whatever, yeah? Maybe not even all. For some women, again, it might be different. So it really depends completely on the situation that you're in. An overweight person will feel completely different about those things. That's where the choice of mattress and the choice of additional tools like bolsters or blankets or something like that come into the game. Because a normal, healthy, structured person preferably should use a rather hard mattress with no bolster whatsoever, with no pillow whatsoever, because then it's possible for this person to shape the body throughout the night into exactly those positions that are necessary to support a healthy, regenerative sleep for this specific person throughout his or her dream patterns. So when you're structurally healthy, the best thing you can do is choose a rather hard mattress, get rid of your pillow, and then allow your body to create its own shapes, its own movement throughout the sleeping pattern, throughout a night. If you have issues in your lumbar spine with dislocated discs or guiding vertebrae or I don't know, very strong kyphosis or forward head posture, anterior pelvic tilt, hip problems and so on, then the issue is much more complex, because then it's more difficult to find sleeping positions that are not painful and that do not hurt any further or damage the structure any further. But this is something different. Still, I think that apart from some really hard cases, probably 90% of all people out there, even in their current health state, can adapt to a dynamic sleeping pattern without having to worry about any structural health issues whatsoever. Then it's just a simple matter of choice, as mentioned before. Which type of mattress do I use? Which type of pillow do I use? And so on. But I'm going to discuss this in much greater detail whenever I'm doing the video about choices in terms of mattresses, pillows, blankets and stuff like that, because that's obviously important. Back to the sleeping positions. Sleeping positions, different sleeping positions, they can tell you something. You can actually use them, if you want, as a tool. So when you go to bed and say you go to bed lying flat on your back, and one day you wake up completely curled into a ball on the right side, and the next day you wake up flat on your belly with the head turned one way or the other. This tells you something. This tells you something about what your body is actually working on in a specific dream state. And all this should rather be used as a diagnostic tool, as something where you get an information from your body, rather than using this specific position in order to force the body to do something. Actually, those three types of sleeping positions, they are described just the way I did right now in biosynthesis, which is a body-orientated psychological system or psychotherapeutical system. And they discuss these body shapes in reference to psychological aspects a lot more. So if you want to check out some more information about that, I suggest check someone out who has that education, or check out some books and so on. When we jump back to this sleeping pattern, of course, for instance, if you say, okay, I have half an hour or an hour now, and in this half an hour or hour, I really want to focus on my new project, but still I want to relax a little bit too. Then go find a bed or find a place where you can lie down flat on your back with your head open to the front, open to the sky, where you can position yourself and start to let your thoughts flow. And this will help you, will support you in this positive forward thinking flow. And you say, okay, now I really need a timeout, because this day was emotionally and just in every aspect actually much too intense, much too stressful. I really need to disconnect for a couple of minutes before I go on in the afternoon or something like that. Again, find your calm sleeping position and then choose this being curled up on the side to sort of completely shield yourself from the outside for a bit. This will help your body much more to feel safe and to balance itself out even if it's only for a short period of time, even if it's only for a nap of 10 minutes or half an hour or an hour. Same principle goes for lying on your belly. When you say, whoa, okay, I really need to function today, I really still need to have a lot of interaction with people, I still really have a lot of things going on in, I don't know, giving a speech or something like that, then rather go on your belly and sort of allow all these interactional aspects to sink in and to recoordinate and to recreate this coherent state in yourself where you feel balanced within the tasks ahead. But once again, as soon as it comes to sleeping at night, choose a starting position that really feels comfortable for you or for you and your partner. Obviously, whenever you sleep in the same bed with your partner, then this changes things a little bit, because then there are two people and two people want to work with each other. Sometimes you cuddle, you spoon or something like that. That's just fine. Yeah, don't say no, I don't want to cuddle with you anymore because I need my sleeping pattern. Hell, go and cuddle with your partner. Yeah. Do not make more problems than there are. Sleeping should be something relaxing. These sleeping patterns, they will happen naturally whenever you allow them to happen and you allow your body structure to adapt to them. And this is also the same thing with if you have structural imbalances in your body, as I said, which is highly individual. Take the time, take a couple of nights, take a week, take 2 weeks, take a month to figure out which tools do you need. A pillow, a blanket, an additional one, a second pillow, whatever. Which tools do you need in order to make all the different positions comfortable for you in bed? And then allow your body to naturally adapt and use those tools, actually subconsciously, while you're asleep, in order to position yourself in such a way that you do not hurt in the morning, but still can benefit from a dynamic sleeping approach. So this is one of the most important aspects when it comes to sleep. Make sure it happens as natural as possible. And this goes for everything. This goes for your surroundings as well as the sleeping position that we are in. Alright, that's it for now. I wish you all the best. If you have any questions or comments to this video, please leave them in the comment box below or write me an email if you don't want it to be that public. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, share and subscribe, and find a lot more things on my channel that have to do with body structure, with re-inhabiting yourself, with moving in a natural way and how this connects to psychological aspects and so on. Wish you all the best, thanks a lot, and see you around soon.